Hello friends, I am Satpal Verma, Assistant Professor of English at Government National College, Sirsa. Today I am going to discuss a very important topic, that is poetic forms and poetic devices. Dear friends, a basic knowledge of the poetic forms and poetic devices is essential for the better understanding of literature and English literature in particular. Some important poetic devices are sonnet, lyric, elegy, dramatic monologue, free verse. And as for poetic devices, you can enumerate rhythm and rhyme, alliteration, simile, metaphor, personification, and many more. So, today the topic of discussion is sonnet. Sonnet is an important poetic form. But question arises, what do you or what do we mean by sonnet? A sonnet is a type of poem made up of 14 lines. It has an intricate rhyme scheme. The term sonnet has been derived from the Italian word sonetto, and sonetto means a little song or a little sound. So it is clear that the poetic form sonnet was developed in Italy. There are two major forms of sonnet. Number one is the Italian sonnet and the number two is the English sonnet. So first we shall discuss the Italian sonnet. Since the sonnet was originated and developed in Italy, so it is called Italian sonnet. It is also known as Petrarchan Sonnet because Petrarch, a 14th century Italian poet, was its major practitioner. Be clear that Petrarch was a 14th century Italian poet. He was one of its major early practitioners, and on his name the Italian sonnet was named as Petrarchan. Petrarchan is an adjective of Petrarch. The Italian or Petrarchan sonnet is divided into two parts, octave and sestet. Octave is an Italian word. It means 8. So here octave means first 8 lines of the poem. And the octave forms the proposition wherein the poet raises or describes a problem or a question. The second part of the Italian sonnet is called sestet. Sestet is also an Italian word which means the 6 lines. That is last 6 lines of the Italian sonnet. So in the sestet, the poet tries to resolve the issue or the problem raised in the octave part. The rhyme scheme in the first 8 lines is A, B, B, A, A, B, B, A. Keep in mind, A, B, B, A, A, B, B, A. And in the sestet, it is C, D, E, C, D, E. Or there may be some variation as CDC, CDC. So we should keep in mind that the sestet begins with the turn of idea. Turn of idea, because in the sestet there is a signal of a movement from proposition to resolution. As we discussed earlier, that in the octave part the poet proposes a question or a problem. So when we move from octave to sestet, there is a movement from proposition to resolution, and this turn of idea is also known as volta. So friends, it's all about the Italian or the Petrarchan sonnet, and I hope that everything is clear as far as Petrarchan or Italian sonnet is concerned. Now we come to the second type of sonnet, that is the English sonnet. So it is clear that the Petrarchan sonnet was originated in Italy. So it is needless to say that the English sonnet was born out of the Italian sonnet form. It was introduced into English poetry by Sir Thomas Wyatt and Henry Howard Surrey. They are famous as Wyatt and Surrey. The English sonnet is named after William Shakespeare because he was its most famous practitioner. The Shakespearean sonnet is made up of 3 quatrains. Quatrains means 4-line stanzas. Quatrains, and a quatrain means a stanza. A stanza is of 4 lines. So, the Shakespearean sonnet is made up of 3 quatrains and a concluding couplet. Couplet is of 2 lines. Keep in mind, in the quatrains, the poet proposes or explores an idea. He puts forward an idea. And in the concluding couplet, the poet refutes the idea, or you can say throws a challenge, or you can say puts a different spin on it. And that is why the concluding couplet is also known as volta or the turn of idea. So side by side we should keep in mind that the volta occurs in the 9th line in the Italian sonnet, while in the Shakespearean or in the English sonnet the volta occurs in the last 2 lines, that is, it starts from line number 13 and 14, that is after the quatrains. As far as the rhyme scheme is concerned, the rhyme scheme of a Shakespearean sonnet is AB AB, CD CD, EF EF, GG GG. So, dear friends, while studying English literature, you will study both Shakespearean and Italian sonnets. Whether you are in your graduation or in post-graduation, you will come across 2 types of, sonnets, Shakespearean sonnets and Italian sonnets. So friends, as far as the examples of Shakespearean and Italian sonnets are concerned, first of all we shall talk about your Italian sonnet. There is a sonnet, "The World is Too Much with Us," written by William Wordsworth, an English poet. It is an Italian sonnet, and it is also prescribed for the study for the students of BA 3rd Sem. Here the poet discusses the materialistic attitude of modern people, thereby neglecting the beauties of nature. This problem is raised by the poet in the octave, while in the sestet the poet wishes to be, he wishes to be a pagan shackled in a creed outworn. He goes to the extent of preferring to be in harmony with nature than follow a religion that separates him from nature. So it is a very good example of Italian sonnet. And as far as our Shakespearean sonnets are concerned, there is a sonnet number 18, often titled "Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day?" It is a famous example of this kind of poetry. Like many of other sonnets by William Shakespeare, it is concerned with the subject of love. We see that in Shakespearean sonnet it has its own structure comprising exposition, elaboration, exemplification, and inference. You can read these sonnets in detail and identify various features which I have already discussed with these kinds of sonnets. In case of any doubt or any question, you can write in the comment box. So thank you very much for watching this video. I shall upload a new video soon on the next Poetic Forum lyric. Till then, stay home, stay safe, all the best.